Hello guys and welcome here to the Hitachi Truck Series. It is a Sunday showdown here on GCN for the Truck Series, and it is the Chevy Trucks Challenge. We're bringing that back after 20 something years. The Hitachi Truck Series, they are running at the Walt Disney World Speedway. Of course, this track no longer active, but we're bringing it back for this race. It's back from the dead. Hello, I'm Brian James here in the booth with you today. Starting on the pole will be Giorgio Stumo in the number 02, and to his outside will be that number 8 of Diego Yepes. So, anyway, before we get going, why don't we show you your playoff picture? So, of course, after this race, we have 3 races to go. But let's show you that playoff picture. Of course, currently Carter Joey is your points leader entering this race, so that is why he has the 15 points. Now, if he loses the points lead, which could happen, he's not secure like Dustin Davis is in the Cup Series. That could move that cut line up, which would help Hillary Sanchez or Alexander Rowe. Possibly even Dan Hummel or Tyler Faden. But of course, there's obviously Trevor Collins. There's a few guys that are outside of the top 20 right now in the points. Keep in mind, you have to be top 20 in the points to move on to the playoffs. There are guys on that outside looking in. They could very well get their way in today. No one is really out of reach thus far, so anything's possible. We'll see what happens. Of course, we have a long race to go here as we bring back Walt Disney World. Let's go roll your intro, and then we'll be right back with the starting lineup here from Orlando, Florida in just a moment.
You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Oh man, through turns 3 and 4, we're going to have ourselves another photo finish, and I believe this time the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lift National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turn 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lift National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off. And for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday night heat. Start for us. Your GCN presentation starts right now.
Here we go. The starting lineup will be on the left-hand side of your screen as you see the pace truck peeling off and they head into turn number 3. It'll be Giorgio Stumo, Diego Yepes. The green flag flies were underway at Walt Disney. I apologize for cutting in late. That accelerate button sometimes sticks, I guess. But here we go, off out of turn 1. They're entering turn number 2 right now. Keep in mind this is kind of a triangle type track. And that last turn pretty weird, as Diego Yepes will lead the opening lap. Keep in mind, of course, this is the 3rd track in 3 days for GCN. We started this weekend at Iowa, Then we just finished up Kentucky yesterday, and now we're here at Walt Disney. Oh man, Giorgio Stumu ran wide there. Diego Yepes continues to lead, and keep in mind, Diego Yepes, wins, he moves that cut line up a little bit. And he does have, I believe, a playoff point or two from leading the most laps at a few races. So that's always very helpful. As you look on back, some battles going on back here. I believe this is for the 5th position. Oh, the 23 had to lift a little bit. Till turn 3 is kind of tripping these guys up, because just like Quarter Slammer, this is a track these guys have never seen. So this is a whole new experience for these guys. Of course, maybe in the future it'll be on the Cup schedule. You never know. I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no, as Diego Yepes has really blown up this lead. Of course, we want you to keep in mind that after this race, we go to Eldora. That'll be on Saturday. We will have some new faces in the field as we split the field in half. One of those races will be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Race B will be at 9 p.m. Eastern. Keep in mind, the other thing is the guys in the top 18 will be in Race A. The guys in the bottom 18 will be in Race B. And of course, our one race contract drivers will be split up in the field, or in both fields, so they'll be split up. Then after that, the Saturday after that, they will run at Canadian Tire, our second of, I believe, 3 road courses on the schedule. And that'll take place at 1:30 Eastern on January 23rd. And then our final race of the regular season, that will take place on January 31st, a Sunday race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That'll be at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So these guys have a lot to look forward to this month. And keep in mind, Eldora can really shake things up. That's something we want to keep in mind here. As you see, Diego Yepes continue to lead here at Walt Disney. Right there, it shrunk a little bit. Keep in mind, in the pre-race, you saw Giorgio Stumu has a 49-point advantage on one of the spots there. Of course, that position could get lost. You know, like I said, one of them would get bumped if Diego Yepes wins. That could move the cut line down, which means there'd be one less spot available to the guys that are winless. And that's also assuming that some of the guys that already have wins don't sneak their way into the top 20. Again, there's 10 playoff spots in this series, but they are only available to guys inside of the top 20. And another thing is, as you see the 02 starting to close that gap. But obviously another thing to keep in mind, Carter Joey could slip as well. And that as well, Eldora, both those races, A and B races, are playoff qualifying races. That's one thing to keep in mind. As we go to Eldora and you see the 8 slips up on the bottom, that'll allow the 02 to take the lead this time. Again, that turn 3 is really tripping up some people. And you see right there, it really tripped up Diego Yepes. He now loses the lead to Giorgio Stumu. And 2 other guys are closing in right now. That's Adam McKenzie in the 56. He's another one that could potentially make the playoffs. He's in that picture. Of course, entering this race, he was only 3 points above the cut line. But he is running in 3rd right now behind Diego Yepes and Giorgio Stumu. Then there's Max Anderson back here who already has a race win, but he's not necessarily locked in. And just to keep in mind, this series is going to be one that for sure will go down to the last week. Such a beautiful day out here at Orlando, Florida's Walt Disney World Speedway. Of course, this track was torn down a few years ago after a deadly accident on the track. Used to be a testing site for NASCAR Cup Series teams. Also host to the Indy 200. This track also owned by IMS Group at one point, the team that owned the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, hence the nickname the Mick Yard. And of course, it hosted 2 truck races, and I believe they were both season opener races. Of course, now Daytona is the series or season opener, hence why we are not running this race as the season opener. But again, like, this is one of 4 kind of unique tracks coming up on the schedule. Again, we mentioned Eldora's next. Then you've got Canadian Tire and then Indy. So yeah, a lot of unique tracks coming up on the schedule here. As you see some pit stops occurring. They go down to 45 here. And it looks like the 7 is going to stay out to take the race lead. The 05 also staying out. That's Karen James, your most recent winner. Jimmy Breeze, Austin Shaw, Daniel Gittero, Carter Joey, Alexander Rowe, and others here staying out. And we should expect them to dive down here, and they will, to make the long entrance onto the pit lane. Oh, a few of them are getting held up. But it looks like the 7 navigates it just fine. This should be the only pit stop of the race. Here comes the 02. I believe he'll take the lead this time. And I believe he's your new race leader once again. So Giorgio Stumu cycles out to the race lead. And here comes the 8. He's closing the gap. We'll see. Turn 3's been tricky for some of these guys. He could lose the lead there. See, things have kind of singled out here in the Chevy Trucks Challenge. As it's Giorgio Stumu, Diego Yepes, Adam McKenzie, Max Anderson, and Nathan Faden in 5th. Then in 6th, you got Frodo Marat. 7th, Jacob Dillons. 8th is Xavier Rain. 9th is Dylan Ibrahimian. And in 10th right now is Chase Lynn in that 16. Currently running 11th is Tyler Faden. Karen James is in 12th. LJ Toledo 13th. Jimmy Breeze in 14th. And then Willa Ruby Crouch rounds out your top 15. Running in 16th is Daniel Gittero. 17th right now is Trevor Collins, a 2-time winner this season. Brad Stover running in 18th. Austin Shaw running in 19th. And in 20th currently is Tim Randolph. That was through the field. Back up front. Kind of an impromptu through the field there. But back up front, the battle for the lead is on once again. And the 8's trying to close, but this package that they're running, really, if you're in dirty air, you really can't close too much. Turn 3 is where he's going to have to make up the ground. But he's got to hit his marks there. Six to go. Can Diego Yepes do anything? Five laps to go. You see they're starting to lose Adam McKenzie. So it's a two-man battle for the lead here between Giorgio Stumu and Diego Yepes. They'll head for turn 3 this time. Caution is out. 13, Carter Joey with an issue. Tough break for your points leader, and this could really help out that 0-2, but I believe this will end the race. Let's go see what happened. Just 3 wide going into turn 3, and Carter Joey just in the wrong place there. Unfortunately, he gets hooked and sent into the wall. And keep in mind, that's not a safer barrier wall either, so that one's going to hurt. Luckily, it wasn't too fast in that corner, but definitely enough to kill the truck. Tough break for Carter Joey. We will take you to the finish. Here we go. Welcome back. It is the final lap. 1 lap of racing to go, presented by Mitchell's Memes. And unfortunately, another race that will be impacted by a late caution, as through turn 3, Giorgio Stumu, he was one of the guys on that bubble. Well, he gets a big win here today to put him in the playoffs at Walt Disney. Congratulations to Giorgio Stumu. not quite the way we wanted to end the race. Of course, we do have a new playoff procedure that will take place in the playoffs, which will likely put an end to this late caution drama that ends the race. Well, we want to thank you for watching. We're going to show you results and standings, and we will see you back here on Saturday for races 14A and B at Eldora. Till then, goodbye everyone.